Welcome to Hardly. Each book is distilled into 3 stories, giving you the key ideas in minutes. Today, we listen to Irvin D. Yalom's A Matter of Death and Life, in which we probe into facing death through shared vulnerability, the fragile balance of love and loss in old age, finding meaning in the inevitable end. Irvin D. Yalom, Professor Emeritus of Psychiatry at Stanford University, is the author of an international bestseller. Don't go away. Hardly the editor will be right back with the story. In this part, we're going to explore 3 deeply moving stories about vulnerability, love, and the inevitable encounter with death. Each one reveals a unique perspective on aging, terminal illness, and finding meaning in life's final moments. Irvin sits in the backyard, a serene moment shared with his wife, Marilyn. As they reminisce about the years they've spent together, he can't help but feel the weight of the knowledge that Marilyn's days are numbered. Their once vibrant adventures across the world have slowed to moments of stillness, but now there's a shift. Marilyn, in her gentle but firm voice, says something that jolts Irvin. "I don't want to live like this anymore." She is ready to leave behind her pain, yet she stays for him. This confession becomes a turning point for both of them. They've spent decades together, but this new reality forces them to face the most difficult question of all. When is it time to let go? Sitting beside her, Irvin assures her that he can survive her passing, that it's okay to prioritize her comfort. The depth of his love is clear, but so is the growing understanding that love also means releasing someone when the suffering becomes too much. The unspoken strength between them speaks to a universal truth. The hardest part of love is sometimes knowing when to let go. As Irvin reflects, "I'll miss you every day of my life, but I can continue to live." When confronting such deep emotional conflict, we can draw strength from honesty and acceptance. Sometimes, the best thing we can offer our loved ones is permission to rest, to let go of their pain without the burden of our fears. As Irvin wrestles with his own mortality, he recalls a haunting memory from medical school when his anatomy class dissected their cadaver. What struck him wasn't the dissection itself, but a roach that crawled from the eye socket of the lifeless body, making Irvin recoil. This scene became a metaphor for the fragile line between life and death, between what is human and what is forgotten. Years later, the memory becomes even more poignant as he realizes he's the last of his group of medical friends still alive. The rest, his cadaver mates, as he calls them, have all passed on. Their shared stories, jokes, and experiences now exist only in Irvin's mind. This stark realization that the richness of our memories fades once we're gone leaves him with a sense of urgency. If life is so fleeting, how should we choose to spend our final days? He shares this story with patients, one of whom, mourning the loss of her loved ones, found solace in the idea that their shared experiences had made life rich, even if those memories would one day fade away. She, like Irvin, realizes that cherishing those moments is what gives life its meaning. Through these experiences, we learn that even the smallest moments, like a shared memory or a quiet presence, have profound value. To ensure our lives are well lived, we must embrace those moments with gratitude and purpose, even as they slip into the past. Marilyn's illness progresses, and they both begin to question if it's time to move into assisted living. Their beloved home, filled with memories of family gatherings and years of companionship, feels irreplaceable. But the practicality of care, the convenience of help with everyday tasks, becomes harder to ignore. They visit facilities, contemplating whether this is their next chapter. Are we making a mistake by staying here? Irvin wonders. It's not just about comfort. It's about maintaining a sense of independence and dignity. Marilyn loves their house and the garden view that still brings her a sliver of joy. It's this attachment to the place, the life they've built, that holds them back. Yet, they realize it's not just the space that matters. It's the people they've shared it with, their children, their friends, everyone who has contributed to their life's tapestry. Letting go of their home feels like letting go of those moments. But they also know that, when the time comes, having support in an assisted living facility might be the best decision for both of them. This struggle is one many face as they age, the delicate balance between holding on to the past and embracing the reality of needing help. But in their contemplation, they also find clarity. As they consider this next stage, they know that no matter where they go, the essence of their life will always be in the memories they carry and the love they continue to share. Each of these stories ties into the central theme of navigating life's end with grace, love, and honesty. Whether it's making peace with letting go of a loved one, reflecting on the inevitable fading of memory, or choosing the right time to accept help, the underlying message is the same. Life, with all its complexity and pain, is still precious. Each moment, even those that seem ordinary, holds a richness that makes our journey worthwhile. As the editor of Hardly, through learning these lessons, we gain a deeper understanding of how to face life's most difficult moments with both compassion and wisdom. There is no simple solution to the problems that arise as we near the end of life, but these stories remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. Each story comes from the most representative, real-life cases selected by the Hardly team from this book. Beyond these three, there are another 22 stories worth reading. If you wish to dive deeper, we recommend purchasing the full book. In reflecting on the three key points, we return once again to the complex interplay between vulnerability, love, and mortality. One moment in particular stands out when Irvin revisits a treasured memory. While going through his old belongings, he stumbles upon a letter from a fan in Iran. This stranger, from a country often seen as an enemy, wrote to thank him for his work on death anxiety and existential therapy. The letter, filled with gratitude, brought Irvin to tears. It reminded him that even across cultures and political divides, the human experience is shared. His words had rippled across the globe, touching lives in ways he never expected. "I'm so lucky to find you when I had no hope to continue my life," the letter said. This small moment underscores one of the book's most profound insights. Even in the face of death, we continue to influence others. The connections we form throughout life carry forward, offering meaning beyond our individual lifetimes. Irvin's experience shows us that while death may be inevitable, the love, memories, and wisdom we share continue to ripple through the lives of others. By facing our mortality with courage and grace, we ensure that our impact endures long after we're gone. Each key story reminds us that the most important decisions are often about how we love, let go, and leave behind a meaningful legacy.